Hey guys, Monday morning, April 8th, 2024. A little bit of a rant video this morning. Okay. Looks like our society is at it again. Um, okay, Friday. Now, mind you, I live in New Jersey. Hopefully, the person that commented on my last video knows that I live in New Jersey now and I don't live in California and I've never been there. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. So Friday during the 10 o'clock hour here in New Jersey, in a conference call, a weekly Zoom meeting with the executives and company I work for, since I'm a manager, to discuss company stuff. We do it every week unless it's canceled on Fridays. And it wasn't a windy day here, but probably about 3/4 of the way through that call, it felt like my building shook like that, and it was done. Wasn't any kind of long time thing or seconds or anything like that. It was just boom, done. And I felt the floor move underneath of me. But I didn't really, the VP of the company was talking. I didn't want to say anything and disrupt anything like that, because there's a respect for him there on my part. And anyway, I didn't feel anything else. Call's done just before 11 o'clock. My mother calls me. Dave, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. What, is something wrong? She says, we just had a 4.8 magnitude earthquake. I said, oh, that's why I must have felt the floor move under my feet about 20 minutes ago. 15, 20 minutes ago, whatever it was. I said, I'll tell you what, yeah, I'm fine. Everybody's fine. Let me make some phone calls. I'll see you at lunchtime, because she lives with me and she stops home on her lunch break because she lives close to the house. So I got done there. Checked my building. Make sure everything's good. No issues there. Called my next door neighbor, Norm, because he ever since the pandemic, he's worked from home. Said, Norm's my ugly old house still standing? He says, yeah, Dave, your house looks fine. He says, you want to, come home, check plumbing, go down the cellar and check your plumbing and stuff. And I got done on the phone with Norm. He says, you know what, I called my brother, I texted my sister. They're both okay. I said, I'm going to lock up early. I'm going to lock up a couple minutes early. Let me go home and check things out. So I get home, plumbing's okay, I'm fine. So this was basically, here in Burlington County, New Jersey, was more or less a nothing event. I get home, you turn any one of the major news networks on that do that 24-hour so-called news, with and they have all those roundtable shows and crap. And they're all just talking about, oh my God, this and this and this and da. Like, it was a nothing event, guys. Now, there may have been some old historic buildings built near where this thing was centralized that may have sustained some damage, a little bit of damage. Now, obviously, the closer you get to the center of where this thing is at, the more you're going to feel it, the more of a chance there is for things to happen. But this was not like San Francisco in '89 or, the mess that happened in 94. I think it was 93 or 94 out there. Okay. This was not the World Series 1989. Okay. It's not a big deal. And as for today's events, people making a big deal about this so-called eclipse that's going to happen. Okay, guys, FYI, these things happen between 2 and 5 times a year. Okay? And for those that think this is going to be such a big deal and there's going to be all these problems, stop watching the news. Okay? Stop watching the news. They are just trying to get you to tune in to get ratings. Okay? I know some of you may think Jesse Ventura is crazy, and maybe sometimes some of the stuff he says is borderline crazy. But He got it right when he talked about the news never being the big money maker. It was always the TV shows and the movies and the game shows and all that stuff that made the money. That the news back in the Walter Cronkite era, and I was just a baby when he retired. Um, you know, Walter Cronkite era, it really didn't make money. It was good journalism because people that knew him and know him well, like from my parents' age group, know that he was on it. That was great journalism there with him, and great news reporting and stuff. But all this is about today is getting ratings, okay, and trying to get you to tune in. It's the blood and guts that you see every day on there. And I remember even like this was back in the 80s as a little guy, as like a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old. I remember saying to my mom one day, because they would always start out, there was the soap operas, and then I think Oprah Winfrey's show came on at 4 o'clock, and then you got the news at like 5 on that one channel we watch. I think it's channel 6 here in the Philadelphia area. That's how the show lineup was back in those days. And I remember, this was like the year I started school. Comes on, but the big story on blah 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 newscast today is this person got shot in Philadelphia. This got blowed up and this and that and the other. I remember looking over at my mother as a 5-year-old and saying, "Mom, don't they ever run out of people over there?" I said, because I have an incredible memory. I said, every single day you have this show on, and every single day all they ever tell us about for like the first 10 minutes is who got shot and killed, what got blowed up, who got smashed into, and it's a program full of blood and guts. Don't they ever report anything positive? And it's all about getting people to tune in and get ratings. So, look, guys, it's just the moon passing between the Earth and the sun. No big deal. It might get dark for a little bit, and then it's going to get light again. Wow! I think that guy, Jack Vale, who walks around in Walmart with a little toy in his hand, squeezing it, making fart noises, is more interesting. And actually, I'm a big fan of his channel. If you like funny, silly stuff like that, check out his YouTube channel, because he's great. We're a big fan of Jack Vale. I got to get me to Tennessee and go into Walmart sometimes to see if he's in there. Because I'll bust out laughing as soon as I hear him do it, especially if he does a loud one. But anyway, so that's just my little rant for today. I didn't want to scream and holler, but, come on, guys. The news is ridiculous. Stop watching the news, all right? They're just trying to scare you. They want you to keep tuning in and watching. I mean, and even the weather now is just ridiculous. All these underperforming stores. Oh, storms. Oh, you're going to get 4 to 6 inches of rain. You get 2 inches, and it's done. And it's spread like over days because a stupid storm wants to park on top of New Jersey and never leave. Okay? And we could have a discussion about that at another day, but I don't want people thinking I'm crazy, so I'll keep my theories about the weather to myself. So anyway, you guys have a goody, and we will see you on the next video. I've got things to do. Take care.